birth certificate, and provided her mother's phone number, which was utilized to make contact with her parents. According to Ms. Heath, she met Mr. Porter on social media apps. Porter, a convicted sex offender, took advantage of comments made by Ms. Heath about stress and wanting to run away, and ultimately convinced her to do so, traveling all the way from Oklahoma to Monroe to pick her up. Porter has been charged with numerous offenses in Missouri at this time and is expected to face more charges as the investigation continues. Ms. Heath's parents flew to Missouri last night, where they were reunited with their daughter and will most likely be returned to their residence later today. I'll now pass it over to Chief Giger.
I want to thank you for your coverage and your interest in this case. I believe that the media's coverage played an important role in finding Ms. Heath and returning her home to her family. This investigation began on October the 13th when Ms. Heath was seen leaving her residence here in Monroe. Our detectives have worked every lead, followed every tip, and I could not be more proud of the work that my officers have put in to this case to make sure that we returned Ms. Heath to her family. Their determination displayed their unwavering commitment to this family and to this community. And I hope that this is an example for all law enforcement and for everyone, that your cooperation, and we work with different agencies to make this work. We're glad Ms. Heath is safe, but we didn't do this by ourselves. From our federal partners to the Kirkwood, Missouri Police Department, I spoke with those officers this morning. It's not often that we have cases like this where the outcome is that this child can be reunited with her family. I'm very thankful for the good old-fashioned police work that Kirkwood did. The officers out there saw this car in a parking lot and checked on them and went the extra mile to make sure that this child was safe. As this investigation continues, I want to emphasize the importance of maintaining the privacy and the emotional well-being of this family. As you can imagine, it's been a traumatic experience for them, and please give them grace and patience as they reunite and start the healing process. I'll be happy to take any questions at this time or have the officers available to ask if we have any questions.
Can you say about the vehicle in the parking lot, what about it made those officers say, hey, let's check this out? What was suspicious?
Just where the vehicle was actually parked in the parking lot. And the officers just stopped and said, hey, we need to check this. And speaking with the representatives this morning from Kirkwood, out of respect for them and the job they're doing and their investigation, I, as a chief, needed to speak with their command staff, and we were able to share some information back and forth, but just a simple, it didn't look right, something was wrong, and the officers went the extra mile to do the check. And that's, I can't emphasize the importance of just taking the time to, if something doesn't look right, to investigate it, and they did that.
How was she doing? Was she happy?
I really can't speak to her. I think it's been an emotional roller coaster for everybody involved. I can speak for myself, and you see these officers standing behind us. We all have children about this age. And I think listening to y'all talk this morning as well, some of y'all have children and they're close to this age. And when you're involved in cases like this, it's personal. And as officers, we hope for this outcome to where we can reunite the family. And that in itself is emotional for everybody. And I don't want to speak to her well-being. I couldn't imagine what this family has been through. I've seen your coverage of this family, and I spoke with the parents as well. And living in Monroe and living in this community, if you're from here, we know each other. Coach Heath coached my son in football. So there's a family connection on a personal level for me as your chief, but also for this community. And you saw it where it's at South Mecklenburg High School or whether it's Porter Ridge High School, how this community and this town watches after each other and helps each other. Especially when you have a child involved, it changes your outlook. And to be able to reunite them, job well done. And just thank you for the agencies that helped, because there's a couple officers involved, they just took the time to check, and now here we are speaking to it. So.
And can you speak to what charges Porter is already facing? I know you mentioned there will be more, but can you tell us what he's been charged with right now?
I don't have that information. I don't know what he's been charged with. Obviously, being in a different state, they're going to have different statutes and their cases that they're investigating, and they interviewed both of the folks that are Ms. Heath and the suspect, and so I don't know the charges. We wanted to get this information out and just focus on, hey, she's coming home back to Monroe, and we're very, very happy about that.
And can you speak more, you said that this was through social media apps, and.
I'll let Captain Morton or Detective Birchmore
Okay.
answer, whichever one wants to.
Yes, these are anonymous type social media apps. We're not really releasing what apps they are right now because they are being investigated, and we're still pulling information from those. So we just don't really want to put that out right now. There are going to be further charges filed against Mr. Porter. So.
During your investigation, was that some of the things you guys were digging into, her social media?
That is correct. Yes, sir. Most certainly.
Did you all feel that, was there already this lead with this specific person before the situation in the parking lot? Did you already have your eyes on him?
No, we did not.
Okay.
So this was just by chance, really?
That those officers came upon her like that, yes. That is correct.
I mean, talk about that as an
Yeah.
investigator, I mean, that's,
Well, a lot of the things we do, there's a good chance that luck is going to play a part in it. And thank goodness these officers, they took it upon themselves to go up to this vehicle, and she was in it. So yes, luck certainly played a part in it.
Good old-fashioned police.
Good old-fashioned police work. Yes, sir.
So what are the next steps, I guess, with the family? Will there be any more talking to Lauren? Kind of what is next going forward?
As far as our role in it with them, yeah, we will sit down with them further, and but we're going to give them time. We're going to give them time to get settled back in before we do any kind of further follow-up with them.
I don't know if you can comment or want to comment on this, but can you say, did she want to be found?
Can't really comment on that right now, yeah.
You can't say that she was harmed or anything right now?
No, we can't. Sorry.
Did the parents talk about her stress, like what was she maybe running from?
I think it's just, most likely it was teenage type stuff, nothing in particular from what we've gathered.
And through these conversations on social media, do you know, I mean, was this something that they were planning for a long time?
I will tell you that they had been in communication since July.
Can you talk about how someone in that position can manipulate a 16-year-old into a situation like this? I mean, for people that may not understand that don't have your background, that know these things, can you connect that?
Well, individuals such as Mr. Porter, they look for this. This is they'll look for children that are expressing things on these sites like this, and then they start preying on it. And he'll go along with it. He'll basically, they groom them to a point to where, all right, yeah, I can help you with that. I can fix it. I can get you away from it. And so that's basically what he did, to convince her that, he's going to be a better choice and a better way of life. So, and she fell for it.
Having said that, how important is it for parents to talk to their kids about these type of apps?
Oh, that most certainly should. And they need to try to monitor what their children are doing on these social media apps, and monitor their phones especially.
So?
Would you be able to spell the suspect's name for us? Or is
Sure.
that-
Yeah.
is it okay?
I don't think it is. Yes, it's Christopher with a C, James, and then Porter, Porter.
I have a question for you while I got you here on an unrelated topic, different topic, if I could. The other day you arrested a guy for child sex assault at a soccer academy. Is the suspect connected to the soccer academy at all?
He is the owner.
Are there any more victims involved?
We are working on that at this time.
This is kind of far from question, but with so many crimes happening with social media, is that something that the departments are looking into, setting up special units or whatever to look into social media crime?
Well, we are constantly looking into that. So it's not that we need to set something up, because we are working that now.
Is that kind of
It is. It is. Okay.
Okay, well, if that's all, thank you all for coming. Chief, did you have anything else?
No, good.
All right, well, thank you all for coming, and if you have any other questions, please reach out to me, and we'll get you some answers. Thank you.
So this morning, we reported that she was found safe, because that's what her family told us. Is that safe to say? Can we continue saying that?
Yes,
or-
She's safe.
yes, she
Okay.
is safe, yes.